What's going on, guys? Crazy Volts here and welcome to a new video. Now this video is going to be on scrap mechanic as part of my new series on buildings and stuff in scrap mechanic survival. These will be very easy tutorials on how to build easy things, and today, as you can see by the title of this video and the thumbnail, I will be making a flying machine. And this is a very easy flying machine and it should look just like this once it's built, with a gas canister and 4 thrusters. You can do this with 2 thrusters, and if you want to see the 2 thruster edition, watch the whole video, and then once you've seen the whole video you can decide if you want to do 1 thruster. I will take one off and show you where you position it, and if you're doing the 1 thruster you will not be able to have a gas canister or it'll be too heavy. So the things you will need for this is 69 blocks wood, 16 blocks concrete, 1 driving saddle, does not matter what one, as long as it's not a driving seat, because they're 4 wide, you need a driving saddle because they're 3 wide, 3 bearings, 2 switches, 1 gas canister, 4 thrusters, 3 suspension, and if you want to paint it, you can. Now, this does need a lot of fuel, so you need 40 fuel at a time, and it does run through fuel a lot, so that's why you need the gas canister. Once you've got everything in your inventory, what you want to do is make a 3x5 block, place down your saddle, and then make a tail on the front. Now this tail will be removed and you will need the blocks from it, so just keep that in mind. Pick it up, and if you want to tail it so you can get underneath and put the thrusters down. So what you want to do is put a thruster at the back and then a thruster at the front, just like so. Once you've done that, make sure you put the seat down, take the saddle off, and this is where you do a suspension glitch. Now these are very easy suspension glitches, there's 2 in this build, and I'll show you how to do both of them very easily. So first things first, for the suspension glitch, is what you want to do is remove 4 blocks from here. Make sure it has to be a block underneath, so if you don't have this underneath then you've built it wrong. So you have to make sure your thruster is underneath. So wherever your front is, you want to get a bearing and put it on this thruster, place down a wind block, and then place down a suspension. Now this is sports suspension, not off-road. Make sure it's sports or this will not work. And be careful when you're placing down another wooden block in this hole. You have to make sure this goes green or this glitch will not work. Once your block is down, just put on your saddle. Now, some people find this difficult to re-put the saddle on because as you see, you can't put it on. So aim too far ahead, and then you can actually drag it back a certain amount. So if you just drag it back slightly, you can put it there. Now, if you're wondering what this suspension glitch does, it's very easy. You just need to link up this chair up to the bearing. Don't change the bearing at all. Sit on it on your seat, and you'll see what happens. As you can see, you're suddenly spinning without any wheels. Now once you have this basic design, what you want to do is put it back onto your creation, onto your lift, take this tail off, and then put the creation back onto the lift. And that is that's the bottom done, except from the second suspension glitch. So the second suspension glitch will require you to build up another 3 out, because you want a space between the thrusters, so 3 out. And then what I do for mine is I build a nice little front on it. Like so. Once you've done that, make sure your seat is actually in the right place, because you want it straight ahead like that, because you want to have space at the back. Once that's done, you want to pick up your lift and start the next suspension glitch. So for the next suspension glitch, you have to build it on here, and this glitch allows you to not fall over basically. It will make sure you don't keep flipping around whilst you're in your flying machine. So all you need to do is build a 1 block, and then place down a bearing, and build another 3 up, place down a bit of wood, another bit of wood, and then this is where you'll use your last 2 suspension. Once you've placed down that, make sure you put 2 blocks down again, And for this you will need your welding tool, and once you put this down again, you have to weld this together whilst it's still on here. So make sure you click this bear where this is and connect it up to there. Make sure it's all connected. You'll not be able to connect the bottom up, but that's okay. What you're going to do is click this to there, and that's that done. And now as you see, it's now flat, and you cannot knock this over. It will not fall over no matter what you do, even if you shoot it with a spud gun. Once you've put down your seat, just lift the seat back up, get your weld tool, select it and put it back. Now put it on here. Now make sure it's the same side as that, not that one, so it kind of keeps the weight. Once that's done, you're mainly done. That's the bottom completely done, and as you see, you have a nice twisting car. If you connect this back up, you should have a nice vehicle, and it should now only fly up if you put fuel in it. Now for the back, you just want to easily just put on a back for it. So you want to get about that size, make sure it's that size right there, basically the same as the chair, and then put 2 thrusters on just like so, and then you put on your gas canister. Make sure you've put it directly in line like that, and that's your design done. The only problem is that you'll get is it will slightly lean. So what you're going to now want to do, as you can see down here, you put on concrete onto the sides that you think are not weighted enough. Now this might not be perfect for you, and if it's not, just take it off or put more on. So what I did on my design, I just put these on and it seemed to work. So once you've done that, that is your creation done. You just need to link everything up, but you need your buttons to do that. So place buttons wherever you want. You can put them in the front to look nice, just like headlights. You can put headlights on, but it might bring it more weighted, so I would not suggest doing that. So connect your back thrusters to one switch, and then your front thrusters, your bottom thrusters to a different one. So you can connect 2 thrusters up to a switch, and depending on what you want, you can make the thrusters for button 1 and button 2. So the button you want first, you just select that and put it down. So my button 1 will be my thrusters down, and button 2 will be thrusters up. So now let me get some fuel into this fuel tank, and then we'll connect those up. Now that is your creation finished. Now it's very easy to control, and as you can see here, I'll go for a little fly. You can just press 1 to go up and 2 to go forward, depending on the way you put yours. It could be the other way around, but as you can see, you can easily control this. Now one thing you do want to be careful, and I've done this in the past, and sometimes you can be lucky and get no fall damage, is E is very close to you pressing, and you need to be very careful not to press E at the same time. Now I'll go ahead and show you how to do the 1 thruster version, and it's very easy. So if you want to do a 1 thruster version, all you really need to do is take off the gas canister and one of the thrusters. Now you need to make sure you don't take this thruster off, or you'll break your suspension glitch. So you just take off this thruster, and that's really it. Just need to take this off again and place this round about the middle, and you'll most likely want to take this off, or you can replace it with concrete, and just place this there, and that's pretty much it done. Let me just quickly replace this with stone, and I'll be right back. So I didn't have any stone left, so I just selected some metal, level 1, and that is okay. Just replace this with metal, and you should practically have the same weight. As you see, that is now replaced with metal, and your bottom should be perfectly weighted down. And now as you see, once you connect your buttons back up to this one, you should have perfect flying abilities. But now you'll need to put in fuel manually. Make sure this is fully powered up. And the problem with this is it's less fuel efficient, and it'll cost more fuel to run. And it is slightly slower, but as you can see, it does fly perfectly as well, but as you can see, it is much slower, but does fly just as well. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, please leave a big thumbs up, and if you found this helpful, please put in the comments and tell me if you did use one of these designs. They're very easy, and one only problem is these thrusters. They have to be max level, and if you don't have a max level thruster, it'll not work as well. If you use level 4 thrusters on the first design, it should be fine, but for the second design, it will not work at all. It will not fly at all. It's far too heavy and not strong enough, and very not fuel efficient. But like I was saying, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a big thumbs up and subscribe. That would be very helpful for me, and hopefully this was helpful for you. Thank you and goodbye.